One word, wins. That's what he says success would look like. LeSean McCoy, Dak Prescott entering his 10th year, but this season and this season alone, with the new head coach, just got this new wide receiver, but George Pickens is a beast. What does success look like for Dak this season?
I agree with Coach Shoddy.
Wins.
This wins.
Shoddy.
Right? I think Dak Prescott is in a unique situation in this football league where we had a whole conversation about the Patrick Mahomes, all these other guys, and Dak makes around more money than them guys, correct? Mm-hmm. So my thing with him is, if Dak has a winning season, and let's say he's number 2 or number 3 in the MVP voting.
Great year.
Most people say that's a great year for him. Mm-hmm. Right? Not for me, but for most people. Because I watched him have number 2 in MVP voting, lost his first playoff game against a young, inexperienced Packers team, right? Your boy James Jones. Mm-hmm. And people were saying, well, he needs more help. So I don't know, where's the medium at? Like, where do I go from here, you know? And I don't want to say, oh, he's always on Dak. So I'm going to say this, hey, if Dak goes out there and wins some games, has a great, phenomenal regular season, that's success for him. That's success. That's
Quarterback,
success.
let me ask you, what success look like?
Well, he has to at least win a playoff game. In my opinion, a playoff game, I think 10 wins in this regular season this year is great. But it's hard, and Shady's right, it is hard to quantify what success is for Dak. And I like what Shady said, it's wins, but how many wins? Because he's been great in the regular season when he's healthy, 12, 12, 12. We talk about it all the time. Last year got hurt. They weren't a good team last year before he got hurt, by the way. They weren't winning 12 games with him or without him last year. I do like what they've done this offseason, though. They got to get Javonte Williams, Jadon Blue, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Tolbert, Jarrett. They got Ferguson, they got some guys. It's not like it's depleted, right? Defensively, they'll be fine too. But I think the success this season doesn't come from just Dak. I only think Dak can take them so far. I think the people around him have to step up. In a regular season, when you're talking postseason, I think based on their roster, based on a new head coach, based on everything, getting to the playoffs sort of would be successful. And
so that's what success is.
I think they need a playoff win. But here, real quick, the only guaranteed money Dak has in his contract next year, 2026, $40 million. After that, done. If he doesn't get to the playoffs, if he doesn't play well, you got to start that process of looking what it would look like or feel like post-Dak life in Dallas. Because he's under contract for one more year in 2026, loaded quarterback class next year, all these things, these questions we'll ask.
James, success, what's it look like?
Success is getting to the playoffs, winning a playoff game, and you being the reason why your team wins. The knock on Dak right now is not the regular season. Dak Prescott under every head coach, from Jason Garrett to Mike McCarthy and probably to Shoddy now, is going to play well in the regular season. That is what Dak Prescott does. The man threw for 4,900 yards one year, 4,000 yards year after year after year. That's what Dak Prescott does. That is why his team was 12-12-12 with Mike McCarthy and in the playoffs. The knock on Dak Prescott is when you get into the playoffs, you are not that Dak Prescott in the regular season. We need to see that Dak Prescott. It's a couple quarterbacks in the National Football League that the regular season don't matter. And Dak Prescott is one of them. Justin Herbert's another one. Josh Allen's another one. Lamar Jackson's another one. When you get into the playoffs, we got to win. We got to win. For Allen, you got to get to the Super Bowl. Lamar, you got to get over there. For Dak, you got to play well in the playoffs. Do not be the reason. Even if your team loses, we should be coming up here and say, whoo, hey, Dak had 350 and Dak did his job and Dak ball. It should not be your fault. Like we talk about the Packers game and we talk about the Niners game. It should not be your fault. Dak Prescott has to deliver in the postseason for it to be a success for me.
My thing with the Dak thing is, I gotta blame y'all. Yeah. I gotta blame you. Because you say that, right? But when I was bringing this thing up, and I was being serious, you guys probably thought I was joking, but we give him an easy out.
Yeah.
Because when he did lose to the Packers, the first thing y'all said was he needs more help. Well, how much help you need, man? Because you was voted number 2 at MVP, right? You had a great record at home, and you was balling, and you had 3 seasons consecutively straight.
He was balling in the regular season. 12-12-12.
Yeah, consistent of 3 years straight of 12-12-12. And you need more help now? You see the issue I had with him? So it's like, if that wasn't enough for a team to say, you know what, maybe we should pay him $60 million a year. You know what, maybe we should go. If you wasn't thinking that then, why would you think of it now?
Yeah.
So I was. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hold on, Chase. He about to be honest for us.
Oh.
I'm always honest.
He's about to confess.
I want him to be honest.
Go confess.
Look at me. Oh, Chase, your take is done.
Oh, no, it's
Chase.
fine. I don't need to say
No,
nothing.
I was one of the ones up here that said Dak Prescott needed more help.
That's all we want. That's it. Go ahead, Chase. That's it.
Specifically,
See,
no.
now you
even
wanna
more.
cut me off and
Specifically
then
where?
won't let me talk.
Specifically where, though?
Wide receivers.
So they got Pickens. No excuses.
That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
So I was one of them ones, because when they lost to the Packers, you could blame the defense and Dak.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just on Dak. The defense didn't play well neither. But with Dak Prescott, I always felt, and I've said this on the show too, he's not one of the ones that can make everybody around him better. He's just not. That's why I said he needed more help. Now you got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, 2 number 1 receivers. I don't got no more excuses for you.
And I think the thing that I really agree with Shady on is in different way, and I'll say it differently. The Cowboys have hit their ceiling with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
We being honest. We being honest about that. No, Chase being honest? Okay.
But listen, because I'll say that because their ceiling's a divisional round game.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good enough in Dallas? Do you want to contend for a championship? And I'm not saying he's the problem. He's definitely not the problem. He just hasn't been part of the solution. And I think that is probably what's the most frustrating to Cowboys fans at times, right? The pressure this year, make no mistake about it, the pressure on Dak this year is at an all-time high. It's probably, I would say, since he's entered the league as a starter, maybe other than his rookie year when he took over from Romo, it's the highest pressure he's had on him.
Where I will say,
New
though,
head
this
coach, all
year,
that.
I feel bad for Dak. How you feel bad for somebody making $60 million is we're going to punish Dak this year for his sins of the past. We're going to punish him in the present for the sins of the past. Cowboys shouldn't win playoff games this year. I don't even know if they should make the playoffs this year. Dak, he missed his window. The Eagles are too dominant right now. They're too dominant for the Cowboys to win the division. They're too dominant for the Cowboys to make it far in the playoffs. The Commanders, now they finally got a quarterback. Like Dak, you had years where the Commanders had nothing and no one, Mr. Window. Now the Giants got Russell Wilson all of a sudden, and I don't even know how good the Giants are going to be, but y'all had years of Daniel Jones. The Cowboys missed their window. I don't expect, nor would I be mad if Dak doesn't make it this year, because this year he shouldn't. He should have the year Shady talking about when they've had the Packers and you had 15-game win streak at home. He sure as heck should have done it then. He should have done it when he had the Niners at home. That's when you should have won your games. But if the Cowboys lose to the Eagles this year, I'm not mad at you. The Eagles are better than you. You were better than the Packers. You were better than the Niners when you had them at home. You were better than those teams. That's when Dak should have done it. Now, if you don't do it, I'm like.
So then, for you, I like it. It's fine. It's awesome, actually. What's success, though?
To me, success, if I'm just looking at this season, because I believe what Shady and James and everybody's doing is looking at other seasons. If I'm just looking at this season, if the Cowboys win 10 games this year, for this year alone, that's success. If you look at the Cowboys roster, if you look at the Cowboys schedule, if you look at the context of the NFC, that's success.
New head coach.
Now, with new head coach, that's success. Now, if you're factoring in the previous 9 years, of course, I'm with all y'all. But if you're just looking at this year, and I don't know nothing about previous years, and I'm just saying you got a new coach, look at the roster, look at the Eagles, look at the Commanders. If you win 10 games, you did well this year.
But that's when the quarterback got to show up, though, the superstar quarterback. That's when he has to play well. No, like Cincinnati Bengals. Let's say the Cincinnati Bengals. Because I believe the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys are really probably the same. And I really think the Cowboys might be better roster-wise because you got
Cowboys
Mike.
better, yeah.
But just offensively, the defense is going to be weak, we think. But you got Joe, Chase,
Cowboys should be better.
Cowboys should be
Cowboys
better.
defense should be better.
So we're not saying that they're not going to the playoffs. Why? We think they're going to make it.
Burrow.
So why can't the quarterback show up and overcome some of this and win some games? We would all argue that.
Because Burrow's done it with much less. Dak's had like 8 All-Pros.
Still ain't
before,
doing
so
it.
that's why. Because we've seen Burrow do it with much less offensively, whereas Dak is, I think it was 9.
9. Yeah, nine of them.
You know what I'm saying?
9
I think
guys.
that's probably the
I mean,
case.
Dak got MVP. Does Dak got an All-Pro?
Yes, he does. Yeah, I mean, second team, but that matters.
Yeah,
Second
but
team.
Joe don't got none, though. So it means Dak done did a little bit more with a little
Joe's
bit
been
less.
to a Super Bowl.
But you would even say but even James, though,
But I just don't want us to let Dak off the hook because we're talking team and roster-wise.
If just looking at this season alone, if you want to bring up a Burrow parallel, success for the Bengals would be 10 wins. Like, that'd be successful. Hopefully 10 gets them there. But, like, looking at what the Bengals lack defensively, looking where the Bengals are offensively, success for the Bengals would be 10 wins. Now, when you factor in Joe as Joe, you start doing other things. But success for the Bengals, 10 wins. Success for the Cowboys, 10, 11 wins. If the Cowboys win 13, that would be unfathomable. If the Cowboys go to the playoffs and somehow beat the Eagles in the first round as like the 5 seed versus the 4 seed or the 6 seed versus the 3 seed, that's not even like.
Y'all remind me of my counselor, man. You know I do my counseling twice a week, man. And you guys, it's like you forgive and forget, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I wish my dating life was like that. I did wrong in relationships, and they never forget. They never forget. They never forgive. It's like I'm always you got caught cheating. I'm like,
gonna remember.
I'm sorry I cheated. I'm sorry. But, like, y'all just forget. Yeah. It's like y'all keep talking about that as if, like, he just, you know what?
For the record, Shady doesn't cheat. He was giving an example.
Yeah.
He's never cheated in any relationships. He's just giving an example.
But that's not true. No. I got caught. The problem with y'all.
I tried.
National TV.
Seriously, though. Rachel, I'm a good friend. That's
National
right.
TV.
What did we forgive?
Because y'all keep talking about this team thing. Team this, team that. Oh, now you got George Pickens. Since I remember this, Brandon Cooks really, really good. Every team he's been on, he's been really, really good. With terrible quarterbacks, with bad quarterbacks that you probably can't even remember. Yeah. And he did well. So when they came down, I said, Brandon Cooks is going to the Cowboys with CeeDee Lamb,
we always excited.
With Tony Pollard, and then have Ezekiel be like the aggressive back, the power back. That's a great situation. And on the defensive side of things, Michael Parsons, the Lion, the Beast,
Ron Bland.
You got Diggs on the outside.
The team was loaded.
Team was loaded.
For sure.
Abe had a great kicker if you want to add him in there. Right? And I watched them go.
Best in the league.
I watched them play the Niners twice in the playoffs. At home, he had a bad clock management. I ain't going to blame him. It was kind of his fault, but cool. I watched him go all the way to San Francisco. Play well. The defense played phenomenal. Yeah. The offense was average like 30 points. They had like 13.
13 in that game.
And you kept giving all these picks. Yeah. And you guys erased that. Right? So cheated, you forgot about the cheating. Cool. The next year, great year. Second MVP voting, Dak Prescott. Number 4
streak
for Cowboys. 17, 16 games win streak at home. You feeling it. Every game where I know all their money against the Packers with the Cowboys. They lose. Yeah. Bro was throwing pick sixes left and right to a young, inexperienced Packers team. Jordan Love first year starting, correct? Stop playing.
Stop.
And you know what you guys did again?
They cheated again.
They cheated and y'all forgot about it.
Wow.
So I'm looking for people. I'm looking for women like y'all that just forget. If I do anything bad, forget about that.
The Cowboys might not forget about it because next year is the only guaranteed money left.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.